Welcome to Red Pill Diaries. As a follow-up to a video I did a while ago on the one called Fake Alien Invasion. As a guy commented, Dan the Man, about grades and things like that. Someone else commented as well about, I can't remember who it was, about aliens being a possible thing from another dimension or blah blah blah. And it being something that's spoken about in the Book of Enoch, one of the 14 or 15 books removed from the Bible, the King James 1611 version of the Bible. These who knows, everything's on the table, you know what I mean? But in the news, as I saw on We Are Change and on the Daily Wire here, it says former head of Israel's space division, aliens are real. This is a nobody. But it makes you think, every time I see anything to do with aliens, I always think it's contrived. It's something like years ago. They told us that, everything to do with the UFO program in America, it's all bullshit, blah, blah, blah. It kind of looks like a psyop, like they put information out there to make it look like it's hidden, when in actual fact they're seeding it on purpose, right? Same with all these UFO sightings. Let's hide this stuff, and now let's make the military come out and talk about it now, like as if it just seems too contrived, right? Now this guy, he's a retired Israeli general and current professor Haim Eshed, told newspaper in Israel that not only are aliens real, but the US and Israeli governments have been working with them, and President Donald Trump was recently on the verge of confirming their existence, but he didn't, of course. Wow, big surprise there, right? So what's really going on? And the truth is, we don't know. And as far as aliens are concerned, yes, whoever commented last time, it could be something that, if they do exist, it's not something where they're traveling through this universe. It could be something where they're just popping through from another dimension. And then again, it might not be. It might just be all bollocks. But the one thing we know is that when something is real, it usually gets blocked. And we're not allowed to talk about it. So when something doesn't get blocked, it's probably bullshit. Simple as that. It could be just some other distraction, some other way of keeping us focused on something that's absolute bollocks, while the continued process of removing capital from every last human being in the world, that agenda moves forward like it has been for so long. So the other thing I wanted to say was about was it Starlink situation? I think it was. No, it was actually about Donald Trump's Star Wars program, or SpaceForce, or SpaceForce. SpaceForce, that's it. So, that's seeded into the mainstream narrative, the whole SpaceForce thing. Should it be DimensionForce instead, if that's where they're really coming from? Is it just another excuse to make another government department? More government, where Trump is supposedly trying to make less government, but here he is blatantly making more government, right? So my instinct here is it's all what it seems to some of us to be, which is more control, more government, more distraction, and the other agenda carries on. It gets ramped up. Things such as more military spending could be on the horizon because of this what could be something that's true, but it's most likely false. And if you really think about it, the situation that they talk about, if these aliens do exist, the old line that they want to really show themselves to us, but we're not ready yet. If that was really true, and they have superior technology of us because of the fact that they're here, why wouldn't they just start to communicate to people who are ready to listen or ready to understand, rather than to try to deal with these governments that contain people that wouldn't don't have the mental strength to cope with learning about such things. And that could most likely be because it's all not true. I know I'd be, if something's true in front of my face, I can handle it. Most people are going to be the same. So if you think about the communicating to people individually, or let's say academic outfits around the world, then that would be the critical mass required to get people on board. And if other people are going to be scared, then who cares about them? There's no point driving humanity because of the lowest common denominator. It's probably just as likely that wherever these things come from, whatever dimension or part of the universe they come from, they've got in their own ranks people that don't want to accept that we exist. What you're going to continue to drive reality forward based upon the lowest common denominator? You're not going to do that, are you? Or else we wouldn't have moved out of caves. We'd still be having church ruling the state in every country. So yeah, I call bollocks on most of this, and until we actually get shown proof, I'm going to maintain that. It's not going to sway me at all until I actually see an alien, until I see something, or whatever, other human beings from another realm or another dimension, whatever it might be. In the meantime, what you got to do in life is carry on with what you know, plan for the unknown, but don't let it rule your life. The only things that should be the first and foremost in your life is the things that you can see in front of you that are happening. And that is the complete control of all governments that are most likely in cahoots. And, let's look at the situation with all the fake videos, because no one's really gone back and said, look at all these videos in Wuhan, all over China, where they had people collapsing on the street. Well, that's not happening. So that means that media that China obviously sent out from old grannies taking pictures of someone getting dragged out of their house, this was all bullshit. I mean, you're telling me that with the Great Firewall of China, that these old biddies that were able to take these videos, they're able to get round the system that controls everyone else? I don't think so. It looks like it's been seeded on purpose. And meanwhile, China's going around the world buying up ports, undermining the situation of the EU, which that could be like a false a false battle between powers, just like the US and the UK helped to destabilize the EU, but in doing so helped China get forward, and apparently they're against China, or the fact that Russia kind of tried to destabilize the EU in some ways, or apparently America as well. I just think these are all false battles going on. And it's more likely that they're all in cahoots, as I've said in multiple videos in the past. Because if you look at it, they are all the same form of parasite living off the people that they farm in their own little regions, in their own little farms, we call countries. And in doing so, all these little battles they create between us only make, look at the situation with wars. All the illegal wars committed by various different countries around the world, all they serve to do is make it more dangerous for people from those countries to travel to other places. So, you're not welcome in some places if you have a Chinese passport. You're not welcome in other places. You might get killed if you've got an American passport. This lack of safety for these citizens that used to be able to travel freely around the world before we had passports, now a situation that we're not able to travel freely. Now we're getting increasingly penned into these countries that we're meant to be patriotic towards. Where I would just rather say I'm an earthling and leave me alone, government. I don't need your help. I don't want anything from you. So I'll make this a short one, but I just wanted to mention that if you see the news around about this Israeli, it happens to be Israel. Just like the old days, the UFOs always seem to land in America. I don't buy it. Anyway, cheers, bye.